getting equivalent fractions is by using multiplication. What we can do is we can get equivalent fraction by multiplying numerator, that is the number on the top, and denominator, that is the number below, by the same number. As you can see here in this particular example that this fraction, I have 1 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator. I multiplied 1 with 2, so 1 times 2, the answer is 2. And I multiplied 2 with 2, so 2 times 2 is 4. So in this case, I multiplied both the numerator and denominator with the same number. And I got an equivalent fraction. So 2 over 4 is an equivalent fraction of 1 over 2. If you want to see it, what we can do is we can draw a diagram over here. This is the rectangle I have, and now what will I do? I will divide this rectangle into two parts so that we can have a fraction 1 over 2. Now, to show that we have a fraction 1 over 2, what we will do? We will shade one of the parts. Like here, I am shading this part. So you can see that since this part is yellow now, so this fraction, it represents the fraction 1 over 2, right? Now what will happen? This particular fraction over here was 1. This particular fraction over here is 1 over 2, right? So now what will happen that if I want to draw or if I want to show you that what happened when I multiplied with 2, basically I divided this particular box into 4 equal parts. Now you can see that how many parts do I have? I have 4 equal parts. Do I have 4 over here? So this means my denominator is correct, right? And now how many parts are shaded? 2 parts are shaded. So you can see this particular thing by the figure as well. Now the fraction that I got is, what do I have? I have here 4 in the denominator and I got 2 in the numerator. Okay. So moving on to the next example, what I'm doing, I'm taking the same fraction, but this time I'm multiplying it with the 5. I multiplied 1 with the 5, so 1 times 5 is 5 and 2 times 5 is 10. Please remember, whatever I do to the top, I have got to do to the bottom. Whatever I'm doing to top, I have to do the same to the bottom. Whichever number I'm multiplying the top with, I have to multiply the same number at the bottom. So do you want to do some examples? So next this time we'll make some equivalent fractions. This time I took a fraction 3 over 4 and I am multiplying the numerator with 3 and I am multiplying the denominator with 3, right? I can write the fraction like this, okay? So when you will multiply them, 3 times 3 is, yes, what is 3 times 3? 9, okay? And what is 4 times 3? 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so 9 over 12 is an equivalent fraction of 3 over 4. In the same way, if I take another another fraction, which is 2 over 5, and I multiply it with 4 over 4, so this times what will I get? 2 times 4 is 2 times 4 is 8 and 5 times 4 is 20. See, it is very simple. What do you need to do? You just need to multiply the numerator and denominator with the same numbers. With the same numbers. Okay. Now what is the point or what are the important points that you should remember whenever you're making equivalent fractions? That equivalent fractions can only be made by multiplication or division. Equivalent fractions can only be made by multiplication or division. You cannot do anything else other than multiplication or division.